I can't do this.
What are you guys doing?
What? We're
Do you want to
trying to see how low we can go, like you said.
No.
Feel
That's
free.
not what I meant. We're doing a cadence video. I meant how low of a cadence can you hold on the
Boring.
bike?
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Get your bike stuff. Let's go. Put the broom away. What are you guys doing?
Do you want to go? Yeah.
All right, so now that we've cleared up that we're not doing the limbo today, what we're here to talk about is cycling cadence. What is it and how do you achieve the optimal cadence?
Yeah, now to be fair, this is a really interesting topic. If you've watched any triathlon racing, you'll likely have seen a whole array of different cadences, even from the pros.
That's right. I mean, Daniela Ryf is renowned for having a really low cadence in her races and it doesn't seem to slow her down, whereas pro cyclists often have a really high cadence. So what is the optimal cadence and is it different for us triathletes versus cyclists? Well, we're going to explore that and find out.
Now then, if you're new to all of this, then very quickly, cadence is the number of revolutions your pedals make per minute, also known as RPM. And we all naturally settle into a cadence that's comfortable for us. And for many recreational cyclists, this tends to be somewhere between 60 to 90 RPM. But in all honesty, for most people, this tends to be on the lower end for real beginners.
But the optimal cadence is often said to be around 90 to 100. In fact, Lance Armstrong had great success with a really high cadence, sometimes above 100. And Chris Froome also had great success in cycling with his cadence often above 100 on the climbs. So what is the optimum cadence and is it different for triathletes?
Well, the power that we put out is essentially a calculation of how hard we're pushing on the pedals, the torque, multiplied by how fast we're turning them, the cadence. So someone that has a high cadence but low torque may actually have the same power output as someone with a low cadence but high torque. So does it really matter if they're both coming away with the same output?
Well, that's the real question here, because it's those different effects on the body. It's thought that going with a lower cadence puts more strain on your muscles, but less strain on the aerobic system, whereas a higher cadence puts more strain on the aerobic system, but saves the muscles a little bit. So what is best for us triathletes? We've seen world championship winners riding with really low cadences, and we've also seen world championship winners riding with really high cadences. It's so confusing. How do we decide what's best? Well, today we're going to do a little experiment. We're going to climb a climb and see how it feels at a really low cadence. All right, guys.
Hello.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Okay. To be clear, this next part of the video is not particularly scientific. We're just going to do it out of interest and it'll probably be pretty entertaining for you viewers. What we're going to do is we're going to climb the Orzola climb up behind us in the lowest cadence we can. Basically the hardest gear.
Why?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, Heather. Why?
Well, just to see how it goes and how it feels.
I can
Right.
tell you already.
Well, I'd imagine pretty hard.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. I want you to pay some attention to your heart rate and the effort levels and your breathing, because
Okay.
I think you might find it a little lower than you anticipate.
And my knees.
Well, yeah, that might hurt.
What's your normal cadence?
I'm normally around 80, 85, so fairly low. What's yours?
Probably quite similar, actually. Yeah.
I think we're all the same. I'm around 80, 85 too.
Well, you're going to be significantly lower than that on this climb.
All right. Time to find out. So, James, how hard are we actually going up here?
Well, you're going to have to push pretty hard at a low cadence or you just won't make it up the hill,
So cadence determines it.
pretty much.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
Everyone ready? Heather?
Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Should we start in a...
Maybe start in easy gear and then we'll change to
Yeah,
harder
okay,
gear
that's
as
a
we
better
go.
idea, isn't it? Okay, start again. All right.
What a silly challenge. My heart rate is not very high and I'm not breathing very hard, but my leg muscles are really screaming at me now.
It's below 20, because anything under 20, oh, here we go, 21, but anything under 20 registers as 0. So I'm 21. I'm gonna rip the base bar off at this rate.
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
I can't.
Mark's unclipped.
I don't. Whew, that was tough. Hey, well done.
Oh, wow. Didn't quite make it all the way, did I?
Well, none of us actually made it all the way. What did we learn? Bicycles have gears for a reason. Yeah. So
Average cadence of below 20. I think that was a little extreme.
yeah. Well, to be fair, I didn't say you had to go in your hardest gear. I said you had to go at the lowest cadence you could maintain.
Oh.
We all pushed it a bit too hard and we had to get off as it got to the steep bit. But you did notice that your heart rate wasn't that high, your breathing wasn't that hard. All that really hurt was your legs, like your muscles and your lower back. Yeah, my lower back too.
Well, yeah, I think actually because we went so extreme, my whole body was hurting because I was gripping the handlebars so much. But yeah, like my heart rate was below 110 for most of the way up there.
I mean, like we said, not a very scientific test, but did demonstrate that it's your muscles that hurt more the lower cadence.
Are you telling us we've hurt ourselves for no reason?
Pretty much, yeah. But it was entertaining, wasn't it?
Thanks, James.
Listen to the giggle.
Okay, so I'll let you in a little secret, Mark. I've done a fair amount of low cadence work in my career.
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah,
I might have guessed
as of
it.
most of Brett Sutton's athletes, it was part of the training, but not really so that we could lower our cadence in training or even on race day. It was more of like a strength session, like
a training tool.
Yeah, exactly. Make your legs stronger, better muscle recruitment, so that on race day, even at your normal cadence, you were stronger and could keep going for longer. My normal cadence for a race was actually more like 85, maybe a little bit lower.
So is there any argument for a lower cadence in triathlon or racing?
Well, yes. The optimal cadence that you hear about is really from pro cyclists and, 90 to 100. Those guys don't have to get off the bike and run. That's really going to tax your aerobic system, which is fine if you're going to get off and sit in a team bus and get a massage. But if you've got to get off and run a marathon, you probably don't want to tax your aerobic system that much. So there is some theory to lowering your cadence for your triathlon. But if you lower your cadence, you will find that your legs get really sore. Like, try go ride your next long ride with a 5 RPM lower cadence and your legs will be sore. Conversely, ride your next long ride with a cadence 5 RPM higher and you'll probably find that you're really tired at the end of it because your aerobic system's been taxed more. So most people are probably best sticking to what comes naturally, even if that's on the low side.
Yeah, I have read a little bit about this specifically for triathlon. Essentially, as you say, a high cadence works the aerobic system a little bit more, whereas a lower cadence works the muscles a bit more. And given that the run is predominantly aerobic, I kind of want to save that on the bike.
Yeah, in theory, a lower cadence should be better, so you save the aerobic system. But we've seen people, as we said earlier, win the world champs with really low cadence, get off and run really well. We've also seen people win the world champs with a really high cadence and get off and run well. So it might be different strokes for different folks. What I am going to say here, though, is that if you've never experimented with cadence, you should probably try. If you've never ridden with a lower cadence than what just came naturally to you, probably try riding with a lower cadence and see if you can see some benefits. If you've never experimented with riding with a higher cadence than what comes naturally to you, maybe try doing that for a few sessions and see if you can get some benefit. Your personal preferred cadence that you've just landed at might not actually be your optimal cadence, and with a bit of experimentation, you might find that there's a better cadence for you.
So today, going up that hill was a total waste of time for us.
Oh, it was just a bit of fun, though. It was nice to see you suffer.
Cool. Thanks for that, James. Well, no, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. As I say, there is no conclusive answer, but it's a really interesting topic, and as James has suggested, go out there, try out a different cadence, over gear, under gear work. Yeah, it's good fun, good training tool nonetheless. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If so, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below.
Are you embarrassed that you didn't make it to the top of the hill in your biggest gear?
Yeah, I did try, although I stayed in it longer than you did.
No, you didn't. You were just ahead of me, and then I went past where you stopped and unclipped.
He knocked down a few more.